What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another. So, pound for pound king, undefeated 4-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, and reigning WBA junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Terrence Bud Crawford. 41 wins, no losses, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. He is 37 years of age, 5'8", with a 74-inch arm reach. Terrence Crawford was asked, should he not secure a showdown, a mega showdown, with fellow 4-division world champion, former undisputed junior or super middleweight world champion, junior light heavyweight world champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, and still the unified super middleweight world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who has 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 34, going on 35 years of age, 5'8", with a 70-inch arm reach. If he can't secure a showdown with Canelo Alvarez in May, as it's being talked about and being rumored, and fight on the traditional date of Canelo Alvarez, would he entertain fighting undefeated IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Jaron Boots Ennis, the Phenom, as I refer to him as, with 33 wins, no loss, no draw, 29 wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'10", with a 74-inch arm reach. This is a fight that people have been talking about and pitting them together or against each other for quite some time, because they had similarities that people compare to. You know, the style of Jaron Ennis put you in the mindset of Terrence Crawford. But as time has went on, the similarities have faded, right? Terrence Crawford, the most thing that everybody talked about is the switching from southpaw to orthodox. And Terrence Crawford is predominantly a southpaw, and Jaron Ennis is now predominantly a southpaw. When both fighters are in the orthodox stance, both guys get hit the highest percentage when they're in the orthodox. They're both defensively better when they're in the southpaw stance. So with that said, Terrence Crawford was asked about the fight, and Terrence Crawford once again put it to bed. It's the last time he wants to talk about it. He said Jaron Boots Ennis has not faced the level of competition that will warrant a fight for him to fight him and actually get credit for fighting and beating him. He said, if I fight him and beat him, there's going to be 1,000 excuses. He was too young. Yes, he's talented. Yes, he's skilled. Yes, he's athletic, but he doesn't have the experience. He's not been in the ring with somebody that can actually test his skills. He's actually been in the ring with guys that he's winning pretty handily. And so should I beat him, the fans are going to complain and say, I didn't beat a guy who had experience, who hadn't fought anybody. So it'll just get swept under the rug, right? And Terrence Crawford is 1,000% correct. 1,010% correct, okay? Because here's what's going to happen. Everybody, including myself, called for Terrence Crawford to fight Errol Spence Jr. At the time, he was undefeated, unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. And this is the biggest fight, the most anticipated fight in the last 10 years, right? In the last decade. Only fight that was this anticipated outside of Crawford and Spence was Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, right? And Crawford goes in there and dominates Errol Spence. Now, prior to the fight, we all know Errol Spence had the car accident. We all know that Errol Spence suffered the eye injuries, right? But he goes in there, he dominates Errol Spence, and the fans still called to see this fight. You knew Errol Spence had the eye injury. You knew he had the car accident. All of those things to be true. Yet the fans still called for the fight. Terrence Crawford goes in there, drops Errol Spence 3 times, stops him, And the first thing the fans do is say, well, Errol Spence wasn't himself. Errol Spence is a shell of himself. The car accident took something out of him. His eye wasn't the same. He get no credit for beating Errol Spence. If we see Errol Spence, Errol Spence was weight drained. If we see Errol Spence move up in weight, it'll be a different fight. If Errol Spence would have fought Terrence Crawford before the car accident, if Errol Spence would have fought him before the eye, he got no credit for it. None. So therefore, how is he going to get any credit for fighting and beating Jaron Boots Ennis? He will not. He simply will not get any credit for fighting and beating Jaron Boots Ennis. It just wouldn't happen. So I like the fact that he put it to bed. And Jaron Ennis is looking to stay at 147 and unify the belts. And he had marquee fights right now on the table, Teofimo Lopez, Virgil Ortiz, and he turned it down in hopes of landing one of these marquee fights. So therefore, Terrence Crawford is right. What credit is the fans going to give him should he fight and beat Jaron Ennis? None. They're not going to give him any credit. So with that said, Terrence Crawford is hoping to secure the showdown with Canelo Alvarez in September. If he can't, I would like to see Terrence Crawford fight and unify against Muratalev. If not, just stay active, man. Stay active. The perfect fight for Jaron Ennis to fight to warrant Terrence Crawford would be Conor Benn. If he fights, dominates Conor Benn, that would make sense. But right now, it doesn't make sense. It just simply doesn't. It's not going to do anything for Terrence Crawford's career. But y'all drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV. All in one word. I'm gone. Peace.